After coughing up $23 million to that degenerate scallywag, it looks like Shannon Sharpe isn't off the hook yet, and they about to hit his pockets again, this time for another 20 M's. Bro gotta go bankrupt now, bro. Yo, there's not enough podcasting you could do to make up for this, man. There was a point in time a while ago where men used to actually leave the house and do manly things like hunt down mammoths, 15-foot tall mammoths. Now in 2025, bruh, those same men who used to hunt mammoths, we sit on YouTube and we gossip about other people's business. As a man, we shouldn't be gossiping anyway, but we damn sure shouldn't be gossiping while lying. Lying is sacrilegious. Like that's like that's just wrong. And it looks like that's what Shannon Sharpe has got himself into. Okay. It's already wrong he was gossiping. He's 6'4", 260-pound, all muscle brick house. Go hunt some animals or something, homie. But gossiping with his buddy Chad Ochocinco got them in a lot of trouble because their gossip was apparently a lie. Y'all remember when this lady here went viral at the Usher concert? She was looking hella lustful. She was trying to tongue down the cherry, tongue down something else. It was going crazy. Well, after this viral video, the rumor mill began to pick up. People began to accuse this woman of being married and accusing this woman of essentially cheating on her husband, and the husband left her at the result of her cheating on the husband. Now, this was simply a rumor made up on Twitter. There was no facts to back it up. There was no direct sourcing, nothing at all. Just a Twitter meme accusing her of being a married woman getting divorced after the husband seen the video. Well, Shannon Sharpe and Ochocinco, who's in charge of a multi-million-dollar company, they decided that a Twitter meme was enough to stake their reputation and their livelihood on. And Shannon Sharpe and Chad Ochocinco did an entire segment pretty much discussing her cheating on her husband as if it was facts.
I saw that
on stage. Hold on.
I saw that.
Husband claimed she never kissed him in public and was shocked she would kiss a complete stranger in front of 20,000 people.
Shannon was reading a quote from the husband that didn't exist. He got completely hoodwinked by the Twitter rumor mill. Now, the lady would actually go on like national news, and she would clarify for everybody that she's not married and she's fully single.
Wow. Were you in the front row? You never met Usher? How did it happen?
Well, in this particular instance, there's this area where you sit, and it's funny because they say, Mr. Raymond's going to walk past here, do not move. He's going to be just walking through.
Okay.
He wasn't even supposed to stop where we were. It was like magnetic, and he smells like vacation.
Why did he pick you?
Well, it was
Why not, Larry? Why not?
One of the young ladies was telling him I'm a retired homeschool mom and that this should be her moment, not hers. And the lady was from the UK, and he said, well, come on over here because I just finished homeschooling my daughter who finished all her studies last year.
Oh, yeah, she has a doctorate at 17.
At 17, yes, ma'am. And so he brought me closer, and I locked in. I brought out all the Broadway magic that I had, but it was easy. He has a magnetic personality, and I'm really excited about this opportunity because now the Harold Washington is getting a lot of play. People are following things that my daughter is doing, but with that does come some ups and downs.
Oh, yeah.
So I first saw this on X. Somebody shared the video and said the description of the video was that, like, this woman, her husband divorced her because of her connection with Usher and everything else. So that's just completely not true.
That is
just to get that out there, because a lot of people are seeing this video in that context.
Completely false. I am single. I am a retired homeschool mom looking to expand the arts here and across the pond. I am single. You got a cherry? Give me a jingle. Who knows?
She's got cherry.
She did a few more interviews to clarify that she was single because it was really affecting her personal life and her reputation. This is a lady who's known as an educator in her community. Her daughter got a doctorate degree at 17. She got one of the best homeschool programs in the world, and she's well respected. So when people is doing podcasts and comment on Twitter and slandering her, and letting the world know that she just cheated on her husband, people was looking at her like, huh? You said. So she did multiple interviews trying to clear it up, but she really couldn't overcome the biggest platform probably in urban media, which is, like Club Shay Shay, which is Nightcap, which is Shannon Sharpe and Ocho, them pushing that out there gave her a steep hill to climb. But even when she realized what they did, she wasn't trying to sue. She was just asking them to take things down, to delete the audio, the video from all platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, everywhere. But when she reached out to Shannon Sharpe and Ocho and the team to take it down, they began talks with her. They took, I think, the YouTube video down at some point. But once she asked them to take down the stuff from Apple Music and Spotify and the audio, they just ceased communication with her completely.
This quote that they're reading from the husband is not a real quote because she doesn't have a husband. So she said that they took that right there, and it, because this clip, right, she says that she has like a homeschool program. She's like the top homeschooler in the country. She was on a Zoom. Some of the men from the people that she works with came on a Zoom and said they were upset at her because her story is that she's a single mom and she had to do a lot by herself, including homeschool her child, right? The men came on and said, well, why are you hiding your husband and emasculating him and not giving him credit for helping you raise your child? We heard Shannon Sharpe say blah 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 about your husband because of the Usher concert, and that's how she even knew that it was happening. She reached out to them. She gave them ample time, according to Ms. Tillman, to remove things and to publicly apologize. She says that they pulled it down off of where you could view it on YouTube and other platforms, but not from Apple. As of yesterday, she claims that it was still on Apple. We went and checked today. It's not on Apple anymore. But she wanted to make it clear that this is not like a shakedown attempt or anything like that. She gave them time. She wanted things removed. Once communication kind of faded out and they weren't responding to her, she then filed the lawsuit. And they are in conversation for a settlement, but she says that she even plans to use this as an example when she goes and speaks to Congress not too long from now, because it's more about journalistic integrity and the fact that people can take anything and do anything.
Oh, she asked them to take it down and they ain't take it down.
They removed it. So they removed it from some platforms, but it wasn't removed, she says, from Apple. And she sent me a screenshot of it being still up on their Apple platform at one point. Yeah. But as of today, we went and looked today, it's not there. But she is alleging that it was still there, and that's what made her say, you know what, I'm going to file the lawsuit because I've asked for these things to happen and they haven't.
I don't need a law degree to understand that Shannon Sharpe is cooked F, man. Because the lady went above and beyond, right, to say, hey, listen, this is defamatory. She clarified it's defamatory, and it never came down. Like, y'all kept it up. This is one of the most clear-cut cases of defamation I think I've ever seen. But I'm not a lawyer, so I want to seek help from the lead attorney. So the lead attorney broke down exactly why Shannon Sharpe is in a world of trouble. Here is why the lead attorney believes that Shannon Sharpe is in a world of trouble.
Prove the identity, that it's her. We got that. She needs to prove the publication. She can do that. It went viral. But the negligence again, she needs to prove that the statement was made with reckless disregard for the truth or negligently. Did Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco make these statements recklessly? Did they disregard the truth? Well, I think they did, right? She's not married. She went on numerous TV shows apparently to try to prove that she wasn't married. She contacted them in numerous ways, according to her, to let them know that she was not married, and they disregarded all of her communications. This lady was pretty serious about trying to clear this up, but it all went to no avail. Now, I can tell you, we can kind of go a little bit deeper in the weeds about whether this lady is famous, whether she's a public figure or not. I'll just tell you pretty quickly that if you're a public figure, it's much harder to win these defamation cases because you're putting yourself out there in public. But the law says that if you're a private figure, then it's much easier to win on these claims. So even though she was pulled up on stage at this Usher event, and even though she went on news media to try to correct the narrative, the law is probably going to consider her a private figure, and that's going to make this a lot easier for her to win. So I think she's got the negligence factor too. The law is going to try to protect her a little bit because she's a private person, and you have Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco who have millions and millions of followers and subscribers on on their platforms making content about this lady who is not putting herself out there to be ridiculed like this. The fourth element is falsity. She's going to need to prove that the statement that she was married during this time was false. She's going to need to prove that her husband is not filing divorce papers against her. She's going to need to prove that those statements are all false. That's going to be easy for her. She's going to be able to testify that she's not married, and then Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco are not going to be able to produce a marriage certificate showing that she was married at the time of the event. The last element is harm, all right? She's going to need to prove that the statement caused material or reputational injury. Now, again, this is going to kind of depend on whether she's considered a public figure or a private figure. Not to get too deep into it, but if she's considered a private figure, it's going to be easier for her to prove damages. We're going to continue to read the article, but what do you guys think right here? Has she shown identity, that the statement was about her? Has she shown that the statement was published? Has she shown that the statement was made in a reckless disregard for the truth? Has she shown that the statement was false? Can she show that? And can she show that the statement caused material or reputational harm?
I was reading this checklist with my mouth open, bro. Shit. Yo, listen, man, you lost $100 million. You gave 23 M's allegedly to that white girl. You got fired from ESPN. At this point, I think Shannon Sharpe got to file for bankruptcy, homie. Because what more do you have to give? Now, I would say this lady, she don't seem like somebody who is completely up for a money grab, right? If she was up for a money grab, she could have done it, like sooner. It feels like she's doing this out of respect, out of a necessity. I think if Shannon Sharpe said, man, my grandmama raised me. Man, I don't got much else, man. I'm having a tough time, man. Can you take $1 million, please? I feel like she'll probably take the $1 million, man. All right. She's one of those pro-blacks who might feel pity for Shannon Sharpe if he expressed remorse. But in this situation, I'll be real, bruh. The way her case is so ironclad, bruh, she might go the entire way. But what we did see, though, especially with the T.I. and the Bratz doll case, even though it's clear defamation, the punitive damage ain't a guarantee. Because T.I. and Tiny was rewarded like $58 million of punitive damages. The judge said, bro, this is too much. You guys did not suffer $58 million worth of damages. So maybe a judge might say, man, listen, bro, you ain't suffered $20 million worth of damages, but here's 5.
For this last one, it's still a little up in the air. Let's see what the article says. This lady continues that the ongoing misinformation has resulted in emotional distress for the plaintiff, damaging her reputation and adversely affecting her personal and professional relationships. Now, guys, I know when we hear all emotional distress, we think, oh, forget it, it's all made up. But if this lady is a professional, I think she was a director at some center, and people are saying, hey, that's the lady that was up there with Usher. Did you know she's married? Did you know her husband is looking at filing a divorce? Her husband was so mad. How do you know her husband was mad? Well, that's what Clip Shay said. That's what Ocho Cinco said. She was up there dancing and looking deep into Usher's eyes. Can you believe this, Helfer? I absolutely believe that there could have been a lot of whisperings behind her back from people who tangentially knew her but didn't know if she was married or not. This actually could have hurt her reputation, guys. The article continues that the woman is a Chicago native whose previously homeschooled daughter received her doctorate while still... What? Her daughter received a doctorate while still a teenager, and she taught her daughter. All right, this is a very important fact. Guys, this has nothing to do with the actual defamation case, but it shows you that this lady here is serious. Despite what we are seeing on the screen, this lady's about 3 inches from Usher's face. This lady homeschooled her daughter, and while her daughter was in high school, her daughter earned a doctorate degree. That lets you know that this daughter has some serious intellectual genes, and some of those surely belong to the mom, who again is some director of some center. The mom took it upon herself to homeschool the daughter, didn't let the daughter go to public or private school, brought the daughter up herself. What does that mean? To me, as an attorney, this means means that this lady is not going away. Despite what we might think, this lady is not one of those all my neck, and my back type of plaintiffs. Shannon Sharpe and Ocho Cinco are dealing with a very serious person. This is not a game. Again, this has nothing to do with the actual defamation case, but I'll tell you as a little tip that attorneys were always sizing up the plaintiff. Is this person for real or not? Is this person educated or not? Is this person serious or not? Can we blow them off? Can we ignore them? This lady apparently is not to be ignored. She has the capability to really go hard on this case. All right, so the article continues that the U.S. Sun has reached out to Shannon Sharpe's attorneys for comment. In a conversation with the U.S. Sun, Tillman added, "We've been in communication with the legal team of Shay Shay Media, who was also representing Shannon Sharpe." All right, so now the woman is talking to Shannon Sharpe's legal team. The woman says that they're looking to resolve this matter quickly, and we will probably have more to share upon our next conversation. Guys, this sentence right here tells you all that you need to know. If this is true, this lady's saying that Shannon Sharpe's legal team is looking to resolve this matter quickly. Does that remind us of anything? Is that similar to another lawsuit that we heard about just a few months ago? I don't know if you guys remember, but when Shannon Sharpe was hit with this $50 million lawsuit,
I'm not sure if I'm quite buying that the plaintiff or the lady is the one who's eager or who really wants a settlement. It feels like she does fine in life. It feels like she's not really hard pressed for money. I feel like the person who will be trying to reach a settlement for a fraction of that $20 million would be Shannon Sharpe and his defense attorney, bro, after Shannon Sharpe just lost $23 million. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think about this? Do y'all believe that, that Shannon Sharpe should give this lady $20 million? Is she owed it? Or do you guys feel like, man, it's defamation, but it's not, but it's not worth no 20 M's. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think? And if you're still watching, click on this video here somewhere on my screen, somewhere here, or here on my screen to find out about this really huge DJ Academics drama. I'm gonna see you guys in this video somewhere on my screen. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.